Welcome back, everybody. This is Madrid. This is stage 5 of the Global Champions League, and this is the halfway point through GCL round 2. There has been one standout team, and that has been the Stockholm Hearts, powered by H&M, the only team to jump double clear in round 2. But it is not enough to give them the lead. That, provisionally as it stands, belongs to the Rome Gladiators, powered by clipmyhorse.tv. But speaking of the Stockholm Hearts, speaking of the team powered by H&M, Olivier Perroux and Nicolas Philippots come into round 2 under pressure after jumping 16 penalties in round 1, I beg your pardon, and jump a double clear. We caught up with the Belgian, Nicolas Philippots, to get some thoughts on their double clear.
Nicola, a disappointing start to the week here in Madrid for Stockholm Hearts. You're a heavyweight within the GCL. How do you feel after round 2?
Well, I think for sure we had a bit of a pity first round, but we tried to make it up second round. The horses jumped well second round, and we're going to see now where we're going to finish.
You and Olivier going double clear. It shows the character within your team. Is that really deep-rooted in Stockholm?
I think for sure the team is great. For sure it's many legs, and it's not easy to perform every single round, but we try to make the best out of it the second leg, and hopefully we can have a good finish.
In comments on commentary about the delicate lines within round 2's course, what was your view from on top of the horse?
I think for sure it's very delicate. Like the planks is last, it's very delicate, but it's an amazing show here. I really like coming every year here, and it's really nice to ride on a big grass field like that.
Good luck waiting and seeing where you finish and how many points you can garner from Madrid.
Yeah, hopefully a few.
Very subdued. He can afford just the tiniest of smiles, Nicolas Philippots, the tiniest of smiles. But that double clear at least will try and give them some important championship points as they look to try and continue making up ground on the overall championship standings. But from a championship perspective, a lot of the top teams that find themselves in the top 4-5 positions of the 2024 season have really struggled here in Madrid. I think about Canstars, I think about the Doha Falcons, I think about the Mexico Amigos, even Prague Lions to a degree. Life has not been easy for the teams at the top. What about Canstars? Let's show you what took place for them. The team powered by the Iron Dames still leading on the overall championship standings, but things have not been very smooth. They come into GCL round 2 with 8 penalties already. That's after a 4-4 for Katrien Ackermann and Sophie Hinners in round 1. And then Sophie Hinners in round 2. You can see by our new time fault graphics there, showing that she is under pressure, that there is some difficulty here for the time. And our graphic is spot on, because Sophie Hinners, I'm afraid, not only takes the final plank down, but has loads of time penalties as well. Landing up taking 7 of those. I beg your pardon, it wasn't that final plank to go down, but the 7 penalties then for Sophie Hinners put the Canstars under pressure. Then for Katrien Ackermann on Calamandia, we know how successful this pairing has been. It's the pairing that's known as the Miss Miami pairing after her success there in recent years. But now, a different surface, a different challenge, and she too under pressure for time penalties, our new graphics tell us. Katrien Ackermann still clear at this point. It was this Canstar rider, I beg your pardon for the confusion. She takes the final plank down and picks up a time penalty, 5 overall, and takes the Canstars to 20 penalties. They are going to lose ground on the overall championship standings after that performance. But it is not just the Canstars that found life very difficult. For the Doha Falcons as well, things did not go as smoothly for them here in Madrid. Let's show you what took place for the Doha Falcons today, because, again, life has been challenging. Willem Vermeer jumped in the second round only, came in for Jérôme Jarry, who jumped in round 1. And unfortunately for him, not one fence going down, but 2 fences going down. And it takes him to a combined score of 8 penalties. IQ van het Steintje not dealing with this track set up by Santiago Varela here in Madrid, especially towards the back end of this round. And again, we see that final plank going down. How many times has that happened already here in Global Champions League round 2? Vermeer has that final plank down, goes to 8. Simon de Lestre, who jumped 4 in round 1, jumps 4 in round 2. And it takes the Doha Falcons to a combined penalty tally of 24. And much like we say the Canstars, Much like the Mexico Amigos, well, life is proving to be difficult for the teams at the top here, as they were well within the time. There was no fear around that for Simon de Lestre, well within the time. But perhaps that extra risk being taken meant that there was some faults that were going to happen. And because of that, now they find themselves finishing on 24. Prague Lions, we know, have had some difficulties. There was the round 1 elimination in Shanghai. They come to Madrid trying to turn things around, and they do so with the superb pairing of Niels Bruynseels and Peter de Vos, who come in for Global Champions League round 2. Cor Bakker and Fernando Martinez Sommer jumped in round 1. Then there was the somewhat predictable change as Peter de Vos and Bruynseels then come together. Coming into round 2 on 8 penalties, there was 4 for Peter de Vos, 8 for Niels Bruynseels, and because of that, Prague Lions, powered by the Czech equestrian team, find themselves on 20 penalties as they continue to struggle. So, provisionally, at the time as it stands now, Rome Gladiators, powered by clipmyhorse.tv, a 4 from Laura Kraut, a 4 from Lorenzo De Luca, keeps them on a combined score of 12. And as it stands now on the virtual rankings, that 12 is enough for the Rome Gladiators to hold on to the provisional lead. They are just ahead of the Stockholm Hearts, powered by H&M. Because of that double clear from the Stockholm Hearts, they try and bring themselves back into contention, and on the virtual rankings hold on to second place. And despite the Prague Lions finishing in 20 penalties, they do find themselves now on third place provisionally as well. If I'm not mistaken, I'm hearing that Dan Strange might be ready for us. He might be sitting down with the Can Stars, in fact. Dan, I believe Can Stars are with you. Let's hear from them.
Yeah, I've got Sophie Hinners here. Sophie, Sinclair jumped really well in that round, but is it fair? Did you misjudge the time? Did you not quite ride as quickly as you might have?
Yeah, he jumped fantastic. He felt unbelievable. I said he almost jumped too good, but yeah, I have to say I misjudged the time. He's normally quite fast. I never had time faults with him so far. So then I didn't really had it in my mind to take care of it. I mean, if you have a slow horse, you always know you have to go as fast as possible to be in the time allowed. But with him, I never had problems so far. So it was definitely my fault to not have it in my mind on such a big grass ring.
And with round 2, obviously you drop out of contention. You were the championship leaders coming into Madrid. How did you find the course overall?
I think the course was actually really nice. Was good to ride. Some nice corner like turns. I mean, and a rollback. So I think that also made it a bit hard to stay in the time or to focus to be in the time, because you sometimes had a bit of time to drift there, out and there. But I have to say the course is actually built fantastic.
It's very tight within the Global Champions League, and now it's a nervous wait for you. How are you, how are Katrin, how are the Can Stars in terms of nervous waits? Are you anxious waiters, or will you just go off and do other things?
I think now we have to finish our horses, of course, but it's for sure frustrating. Our horses jumped so well. They only had one down, which is not bad at all. But then we also kind of dropped one more fault with all the time faults. So that is very disappointing.
Sophie, enjoy watching, if you can, the rest of the round, and well done today, and good luck for the future.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Dan Strange. Perhaps not the round that Can Stars, powered by the Iron Dames, would have been hoping for, and we will continue the action. Monaco Aces are the next team into the ring as we continue the second half of Global Champions League Round 2. The team powered by Lion of Porches will be next to go, so stay with us here on GCTV. Make sure you have that live pass. You'll watch the rest of Global Champions League Round 2 and find out who will be crowned champions here in Madrid for 2024. Monaco Aces next in the ring. Let's head back inside.
New energy, new power, new riders, and mostly new horses. Monaco Aces might do that. They sit third last on the standings, but Scandinavian Vikings haven't done very well. They are second last here in Madrid. So it's a good moment for Monaco Aces to score, to move